Bro, listen, that is George's problem. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the morning show because we have nothing better to do in the morning. I'm joined here by a lot of weird and unusual individuals. Some of them you already know. We obviously have Poseidon calling in from Buckingham Palace right now. Hello. Poseidon. I see you've given a good time to the Queen this morning. Yeah. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, and also, special guest. You guys didn't expect him. You haven't seen him in a while. It's from This Just Thing. It's Phil. Phil Balabanos.
What's happening?
Phil, you good?
Good to be back.
You came. Yeah, you went to the studio.
Well, yes, my house is chaos.
So you could make me. So you could make me jealous.
Just to make you jealous. Look at it. Look at all this.
Yeah.
Look at all that.
It's exciting. And we're going to get to the news in a second, Phil, because we do have news to share with everyone. We're going to have some fun because it's the morning. But before we get into fun, we've reached out to our favorite political correspondent, George Adrizos. He's going to make sense of everything that the federal government has done this week that people have deemed controversial. So I think we can go live to George. George, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. How are you? Can you guys hear me?
Good, George. We're good.
Yep.
George, we're ready for the morning brief, the morning news, if you will.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get my kids off me too. I understand Phil for fleeing the house there. How are you guys doing? First of all,
we're doing good. We're surviving this quarantine time.
Cool.
Sorry, I'm over it.
Yeah. Well, you fled the house, so you're lucky.
Yeah, he's out of the house.
Yeah, day 49, I got out finally.
This is his excuse. Like, I got an important morning show to do.
I told her I was on with Seacrest this morning. She's like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, you gotta go. You gotta go to Seacrest.
The Ryan.
So what do you guys want to talk about? We have three topics that Pantelis wanted to kind of inform his esteemed followers.
Yeah.
We have empty planes coming back to Canada. We have $9 billion for students.
Yeah. With specific students, that's what people are mad at.
Sorry, say that again?
It's the specific students that people are mad at, right? It's the international students that the debate is...
Actually, you see, when you called me to talk about that, we were all mixed up because I hadn't heard the news. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what part of the news you heard.
Whatever Al Jazeera told me.
and it was just very confusing for the both of us. But I actually did some research, and it's not a bad program. We're going to go over that. We're going to go over the details. And then we also have the World Health Organization with our very own public health officer, Dr. Theresa May, and all that controversy that has spurred up this week.
So we'll start, I guess, with the empty planes. But for those of you who don't know, check out, I've already said it, but check out George's podcast, the Backstage podcast. George interviews many criminals, or as they're known, politicians, as well as other fun people. And he started a new podcast also with his buddies. If you're a father, if you're a parent, you'll like it. It's just us dads. But the Backstage podcast, George Adrizos, it's actually a very, very good show. It's still one of the things that I get notified. There's like 4 podcasts that I get notifications for to listen to when they come out. And you're on there, George, because I'm always interested. Like, who's this crime boss that he has now? Oh, a minister. All right. So it's very, very interesting. So, George, let's start with the empty planes.
All right. So the empty planes. This is a little bit of an embarrassing story. We have 2 cargo planes that arrived back from Shanghai on Monday, and they were completely empty. Basically, they were commissioned. They were commissioned, one by the federal government and one by provincial government. Obviously, to go to China, pick up some provisions, medical equipment and such, and bring them back to Canada. Obviously, due to the severe restrictions at the airport, they were forced to leave empty. So apparently, what I'm reading, the supply lines and all the shipments to the airports in China, they're very difficult. And they are often interrupted by different checkpoints for quarantine measures, of course. So the one thing we have to keep in mind is that, obviously Canada isn't the only country sending cargo planes to China. Right. They are competing internationally at the highest price in order to get all these equipment and all the face masks, medical, the medical tests and everything. And obviously, we're not the only one. So naturally, there's this enormous amount of congestion at Shanghai Airport due to a surge of cargo flights out of those terminals. So I guess they didn't make that window that they were given, and they were forced to leave.
And
the other option would have been to kind of disappear in China. We wouldn't have heard.
Hold on a second. I'm just fact checking you here while you tell us you spew your political lies.
Yeah, propaganda.
And the Globe and Mail is reporting as of this morning that as to the incidents involving 2 Canadian flights returning empty, we have checked with the competent department, whatever the fuck that means, because I assume they're all competent.
There's some
and
are
found
incompetent.
relevant reports to be inaccurate.
Okay.
What does that fucking mean?
This is this morning in the Globe and Mail?
This is actually no, it's not this morning. It's from 2 days ago. My bad.
Okay.
Fake news.
Look,
what does that even fucking mean? Why are we still bringing shit in from China? Can't we just make it?
No, we can't. That's the problem. We don't manufacture shit here, dude.
I'm not sure if we were able to.
We have plenty of schmata here. We were making all kinds of stuff.
I think if we were able to make it, we would be making it. And if we were able to manufacture these things here in Canada, we wouldn't have been the only G7 country not to slam China in this whole affair. You have countries like the U.S., Japan, France, Germany that have all.
None of those are real countries.
That have all slammed China for what's going on. Canada is the only one that's not doing anything, possibly because of the fact that we're still very much dependent on getting our stuff from China. So until then, these are the types of things that are going to be happening. The scary thing in all this for me is that there's so much competition. There's so many people rushing to get all these supplies from China. Are we verifying these suppliers? I don't know if you heard the story last week where there were supplies that actually came to Canada that didn't meet our standards, and the testing equipment was actually contaminated. So obviously that's no good.
Right, hold on. You mean things that are coming from China are not up to quality and up to par with what we?
That's been a well-known thing. That's a meme for years.
Yeah.
So no, but I'm saying, in these circumstances when every single day counts, every hour counts. We're seeing, all these numbers go up day after day. Having access to this equipment is crucial, right? To the survival of the Canadian citizens.
Right.
And when you're getting stuff that is no good, there has to be some accountability somewhere. Who is ordering them? From who are they coming? And why are they not good? So there's all these things that are happening. I'm hearing that obviously those things will be replaced at no cost, but when it happens once, what's to say that it won't happen again, right? So I guess we'll be monitoring that situation. It was a little bit of an embarrassing moment.
So if I understand correctly, just for the layman, we sent planes to China to collect critical medical supplies.
Exactly.
And I guess we had already discussed that we're coming to get supplies from our own companies.
Yeah. So basically, what happens? The Canadian government and the provincial government is not. I don't know why they're keeping that secret. I'm not sure which province commissioned the plane to go there, but yeah, they ordered their provisions from their suppliers. They were told that on that date they will be delivered at the airport. Now, because of the because of the surge of cargo flights going into those airports, I guess the airport authorities have created these intervals, these windows where you can go in, pick up your stuff, and leave. And they missed it. The merchandise never made it to the airport, so they came back.
Did they send is it because they sent Air Canada?
I'm not sure. It's probably Air Canada. I guess.
It has to be Air Canada. But no, it's Poseidon's trying to make a joke that the airline is so bad that they came back empty-handed. No, what's bad here is the communist regime sending us back empty-handed.
I know.
But I like where your head's at, Poseidon. That's fine.
Yes. But it's curious the article that you read from the Globe and Mail, Phil, to know exactly if that's really the reason or if that's just an excuse that was given at the airport. The way I read it, maybe I'm naive, but it does make sense, right? When you have thousands of planes going into that one airport to pick up crucial things,
But it's fucking China. There's been thousands of planes going into their airports for the better part of 20 years.
Yeah, but with regards to the supply lines and roads and the block and
all the measures put in place. Yeah, I follow.
The checkpoints and everything. We saw that also. Remember when at the very beginning when China was trying to bring back the Canadians?
Yeah.
And we're having issues because they couldn't get them to the airport in time because every so often, I don't know how many, every X number of kilometers they have to stop. There's checkpoints. And I remember the Minister of Foreign Affairs here in Canada was giving an interview and saying that not only do we have to make these arrangements with the government of Canada, but we have to look to see exactly what road will be taken to bring them to what location, and in that road, what are the checkpoints, and we have to come in contact with people responsible for each checkpoint to make sure that it's cleared. And so it was a whole logistics puzzle that was going on. So it doesn't surprise me that that even with our supplies, these things are happening. It's unfortunate. You want to get onto the student funding? You want to see exactly how off we were in our understanding?
Yeah. So our understanding, I guess, is going to be the Canadian understanding. So initially, what happened was there was news that came out that the federal government they set aside, I think, $6 billion for international students, 720,000 of them, I think, or something like that. A lot of them coming from oligarch families in China who aren't working anyway, and they were going to get the benefits. This is what was going around in the media, that they were going to get the same benefit everyone else gets, the $2,000 a month. But the $2,000 a month was to make up for cash that you lost. But people were saying if they weren't working anyway, you're just giving them an extra $2,000 because their parents are paying for schooling anyway. They're not allowed to work after a certain amount of hours here anyway. So that's what was being said. So I asked you to investigate because it sounded fishy.
Here's what I found. I found nothing on international students, actually. The only student funding program, and I think it relates to what we were talking about a couple of days ago, that it was announced, I think it was on Wednesday or Thursday. Basically, it's a Canadian emergency student benefit. And it's $9 billion, and obviously it's aimed at helping young people. So this is going to cover May to August. Now, the students eligible for this program are actually students, they're Canadian students. So these students will be getting up to $1,250 a month. Now, the students that are taking care of someone else or that have any sort of disability will get more, so $1,750 a month. Now, it's also available for students that are actually working but are making less than $1,000 a month. So it's an additional income for these youngsters.
That's good.
Now, here's the thing: there are some additional measures included, and I hope this is the only one, because this is the only one that I found this week that was announced. They're going to create over 70,000 jobs for young people, and these are jobs that are going to be focused in sectors that actually need the extra hand right now. So we're talking about like farming. Grocery stores, those kind of jobs where we actually need.
I thought they brought all those Mexican workers for farming.
Well, there's an issue there because here we usually bring foreign workers, they're seasonal workers to help in the farms, but because of the virus, we don't want to bring in people that may be carrying it. And they were at some point suggesting that if they do come, then we're going to have to quarantine them for 14 days before they get they start working, and all that is just going to destabilize the whole thing. Now they're also going to bonify student grants. This is what I found very interesting. They're within this program. They're also launching this new Canada Student Service Grant. It's going to be between $1,000 and $5,000 per student, and it's only specific to students that at this point are volunteering to fight this virus, and that money is going to go towards their tuition fees in fall. So every student right now that is either volunteering in hospitals, long-term care facilities, community organizations, food banks, all these things, they're going to get an additional grant that is going to go and pay off their tuition, which I think is an incredible incentive. So just to get back to the non-citizens, this program is not eligible for them. So and the good thing is, so I don't know where we heard that, because I had heard that too, Pantelis, and I looked and it doesn't exist anywhere. So this program is only available for Canadian students.
You think it was a misunderstanding, or do you think people are just forcibly spewing propaganda on purpose?
I don't know. Basically, the program is available for Canadian students, but also Canadian students studying abroad. So we're even taking care of our own international students in other countries.
Which makes sense.
Is fantastic. Of course, it makes sense. So it comes back to what you're saying. Why would the international students here profit from our from these benefit money programs? These tax dollars. I mean, I think the same way that we're taking care of our international students, their own respective countries should be taking care of them. However, for the
you ever seen how the Chinese government takes care of their students?
The interesting thing for international students, though, is because with a student visa, obviously you're allowed to work. There's a maximum of 20 hours. They're going to boost that up, so they're going to give them that opportunity to work way more than 20 hours, which is a good thing, at least. Now, for the rest of it, this is the thing with these sort of programs, that there's always these gray zones that are going to come up, and I have a feeling that they're going to go back to the drawing board. First and foremost, I mean, this program, it has to pass legislation, right? So there's a bill that they're going to have to draw up very quickly, pass it in the House. I'm suspecting that if it's going to cover from May to August, that they probably need to move in the next 5 days to get that done. So because of the fact that they're doing this very quickly, there's going to be either, a lot of loopholes or some gray zones, like I said, that, people that are going to be left out. Like, for example, I'm thinking of students that are parents. Right now, parents that don't work, they can apply to get that $2,000 a month benefit that already exists. But what if they are students as well? They wouldn't be eligible. I think they wouldn't be, like, the way I understand it, they wouldn't be eligible for the $2,000, but they would only be eligible for the $1,250 or, the $1,750 a month, which is much less than $2,000, right? So I think there's these little gray zones that they're gonna probably have to come back to the drawing board, and I think we've been seeing it throughout this whole period that we're dealing with this pandemic. There's these measures that are announced, and then people do their research, they find different cases that don't fit in. And, they cause some noise, and we go back to the drawing board and figure out ways to have the most people possible covered.
Okay. And I know it wasn't on one of your topics, but have you heard of these? Are there discussions in Canada about those app manufacturers they were talking to see if we could make an app that'll notify people if where they are and if they're not social distancing?
There's a lot of those things happening. I read specifically, there's this one guy I'm following. His name is Yoshua Bengio.
Okay.
He's apparently some whiz in the AI industry. Last year, he got the equivalent of the Nobel Prize. I think it's given to tech industries and specifically artificial intelligence. And he's based here out of
the Skynet Award.
Sorry?
The Skynet Award, he said. He's
the Skynet Award.
Phil is worried about the robots taking over.
Honestly, since day one, that's all I'm concerned with.
So
I think it's a legitimate concern.
Yeah.
So he's a very revered scientist. We're lucky to have him over here. So I read last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago, there was an article saying that they've been already working on an app, and they obviously need the collaboration of the governments for funding, et cetera, to put it into application. So the way I understand it, of course, I'm no expert, this app is going to imagine like a giant database where, let's say, Phil, you go to the hospital, you've contracted the virus, the authorities are going to have to identify you as someone carrying the virus. Now, because of, I guess, how the technology works, if we happen to be walking somewhere nearby, like you go to a shopping center or like a grocery store, and I happen to go to the grocery store, I would get a notification on my phone saying that, oh, there's someone that has contracted the virus or that has been in contact with someone that has tested positive. It's crazy.
This is already happening, though, right? They're already doing this in Asia. Like in Wuhan, they're using facial recognition software to find people.
Yeah, you know how hard it is to find people in Asia using facial recognition, Phil? It's very difficult.
Why do this to me every time? That fucking joke gets me every time.
I know.
Yeah.
No, but they're doing it. They're actually using cell phones to geolocate constantly. Create a database of your movement. It's very dystopian. It's all
I don't like this. They never did this with pedophiles. Wouldn't women have liked to know when they're at the grocery store, get a notification on their phone? Yo, there's a rapist that we just let out. Yeah, that guy in the produce section. Wouldn't that have also been a good idea?
Which veggie?
They always go for the cucumbers, bro.
Poseidon's just looking at with his cucumber in his face. That mic, so poorly positioned.
Yeah, but you find it scary, George? You think it's something to worry about? Because I think that's a little fucked up.
It is. I think it's concerning the fact that we're giving away all these, all these freedoms and liberties that we have. I mean, people know exactly where we are at all times, what we're doing, who we've been in contact with, where we've been in the last 24, 48 hours or whatever, 72 hours. This is something that probably we're going to have to accept as normal in a couple of years. Like Phil says, in China, they're already doing it. They have face recognition cameras all over the streets. They know where you are, where you're going, what you've done.
I don't give a fuck what China's doing. I don't want to do it here.
No, I understand. And it bothers me too. But is there a way that we can avoid it? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And especially, and this, we're talking about this the other time, Pantelis, the fact that we're giving police authorities extra coercive measures And I understand, we're living in particular times. We need these measures to be put in place in order to control the spread of this virus. But at some point, are we going to be able to revoke these powers when everything is said and done, right?
That's my question.
That should be built into the legislation when it's passed. That's the problem. We're giving up liberties because we're in a state of crisis. But are these liberties going to stay given away when we return to normal? And that's a long way away. That's like 2023.
But if history is an indicator, we never get them back. Anything we give away that's temporary for the government, they always keep. Just like we discussed the taxes that we pay now.
Yeah.
The federal taxes.
Yeah.
So that's what was that, World War I? We just need it for the war. We'll stop this tax. It's 100 years later.
Yeah. So we'll wait and see. I mean, there's definitely worrying things happening. At this point, I think everyone's focused on just, coming out alive.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll focus
on... That's the fucking key, man. That's the thing. Everyone's focused on being alive and they're terrified, so they can do whatever they want now. And I'm not saying they shouldn't do them. I'm just saying that's what it is.
Yeah.
I am saying they shouldn't do it, though. I'm saying they shouldn't be taking away any of our rights, any of our freedoms.
And I don't think they have yet, really, except for the fact that I feel like I'm at the end of the Soviet Union every time I go to the grocery store, waiting in line for a fucking...
It's funny that you mentioned that because I was recording a podcast yesterday with a buddy of mine, and he lives close to the Lachine Canal. And, there's trails there where people jog, bike, and, the people are still out. I mean, they're walking, they're taking in some fresh air. And he goes on a number of occasions, he has the cops that come in on the speakers, disperse, please disperse, please keep a distance. And he's like, this is weird. I feel like I'm in a war zone, the cops coming in on their speakers, telling people to leave. It's scary things, man.
Yeah.
What I find crazy, though, is the people who are least at risk are the ones that are afraid of this the most. But people who I've noticed, like I went to the grocery store yesterday, and people who are at most risk
old people
don't even
old people don't give a fuck, dude. They
don't care.
Not even a little bit.
There was a guy in line at the grocery store yesterday. The guy had a cane, and he was talking to his friend, and his friend goes to him, man, social distancing, aren't you worried? You have conditions. He goes, man, I don't care. I have lung disease. I have this kind of cancer. I have this disease. He goes, I don't care about corona. He goes, it's got to wait in line, this thing. Like, they don't care. So, and with the mortality rate this low, I feel like it's blown way out of proportion.
It might be Poseidon, but the fact is that I think we're in a state where it's the better be safe than sorry kind of mentality. Yeah. And Sweden is doing the exact opposite. They have over 2,500 deaths, and they're thinking we're just going to live our lives regularly and build natural
herd immunity.
But
that's because they're not impacting the world.
Now judge us in 6, 7, 8 months and compare the numbers then, because by then we will all have immunity here in Sweden. I don't necessarily agree, and this is what we're saying. I was saying this to Pantelis yesterday or before yesterday when we were talking. I mean, you look at a country like Greece that has a similar population like Sweden. They have barely 300 deaths, I think 250, 260, something like that. So they're taking measures. They're reducing the number of deaths, and the other ones are not. They're at 2,500 deaths or 3,000. Maybe in the end, 8, 9, 10 months from now, maybe they'll be right. But at the same time, you put so many lives at risk.
I'm concerned with the fact that how are we building immunity if we're all secluded? I'm not saying we shouldn't be secluded. I just don't know. I don't know. I'm not a fucking doctor.
I fear that they're going to tell us that in like a month or two. They'll be like, oh, by the way, we just discovered the worst thing you could do is what you guys are doing, staying at home with your families. And if that happens, that's how you know they're fucking with us.
It's funny that you mentioned that, because the other day there was a pediatrician here in Quebec that came out on the radio, and she was saying that we should start slowly bringing the kids, at least the children, back out into public, because they have the strongest immunity system. Yeah. We can start from now to help them build their immune system, even if they contract it. And there's very high chances that even if children contract the virus, we may not even know about it, because they're just going to naturally fight it. So
yeah, but they're also going to bring it home.
Yeah, but parents may not even know that they're sick. That's what she's trying to suggest, right? So I don't know. There's a lot of conflicting information coming up, and after a certain amount of time where everyone is confined at home, people are getting People getting frustrated. They're getting annoyed. Nothing seems to be getting better. The numbers are going up day by day. So, yeah, I think it's only normal that in the coming weeks that I think this whole thing is going to become way more political than it was for the last maybe month and a half or 2 months.
I have a question for you, George, since you have so much experience in the Quebec, in the House. Well, what is it called in Quebec? I always forget. What do they call it?
The National
Assembly. Yeah, and I know you know Legault, like personally. I remember that time we shared an elevator with him. You remember that
time? Yeah.
Phil, let me ask you a question. Why are you surprised? Do you think I would bring on anything less? I'm bringing on the real political correspondents.
No, of course not. Of course not. I was just trying to jump into an anecdote about how Legault posed for me and George in an elevator for my camera, which was clearly off and hanging facing the floor. But that's a different story for a different day. My question is, why is Quebec inflating its numbers? Like, what is the end goal here?
A lot of places are inflating their numbers. What's up with that?
I don't think they're inflating their numbers. I think Quebec is among the top. It's not a country, but the top states in the world that are testing. I think we're in the top 5 or 6 in the world. So it's only natural that the more testing that you do, the more numbers that are going to come up. Versus Brazil, that is only showing, I don't know, 1,000 cases. they're really not testing.
Or North Korea.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. 0. What is it over there?
-2.
0 cases.
Yeah, they have a good immunity, the Koreans.
Yeah. So the more you test,
go ahead.
so the more you test, naturally, the more numbers you're gonna show. So I mean, that's the only explanation there is.
I guess. My theory, and this is a completely like wacky middle of the night theory, is the higher the cases of confirmed coronavirus patients, because the death rate's not going to change if you're inflating your numbers. Then you can say you had a lower mortality rate. We managed this well. Let's hold a referendum.
Look, there's one thing I saw this morning. I saw it before I came on with you guys, which is interesting. I'll send you guys the YouTube link later. Somebody was reading some CDC documents, but in the States, March 15th, they were sent out to hospitals and nurses and stuff, and I was telling them about how to fill out a death certificate properly. And then they were getting, you're talking about the same thing, Poseidon, that's why you're nodding your head. And then
I saw that last night.
This is the thing that I don't like, is that in order to properly fill it out and not be liable for bullshitting on it, they were making them put the cause of death as COVID-19, even if they had other underlying causes that actually killed them. So if you suspect that they could have caught it or it could have contributed at all, you have to put that as the cause of death, which is obviously going to inflate the numbers. So I was like, but what's the point of that? Why would you want these numbers to be inflated? Because already CNN is yesterday I was watching, they're at 49,000 deaths in the States, 49,000 something. It's live, the ticker's there, and the headline on the bottom says, COVID deaths eclipse 50,000. Eclipse? You haven't even made it to 50,000 yet. Where are these fucking headlines? Where is this sensationalism trying to scare the fuck out of people? The two contradictory headlines. One is you've eclipsed 50,000, and then the up-to-date numbers 49,000 something. Yeah, very, very frustrating. That's why they scare idiots, and a lot of people don't look at shit. They panic. Yeah.
Well, you want to talk about Dr. Tam? I think you like controversies, Pantelis, so we can tackle that one if you want.
So explain to people who Dr. Tam is.
So Dr. Tam is Canada's public health officer. Okay, so she's the one that is essentially advising the Canadian government on how to take the proper action to combat this pandemic. Now, before we go into the controversy, okay, I think we should establish a couple elements. We know, because obviously a lot of things that happen in Canada or that happen in the U.S. affect Canada. So we know that a couple of weeks ago, President Trump started being very critical towards, the WHO, its mishandling of the spread of the virus and hiding or covering up crucial information coming out of China.
Yep.
And I find that funny because in the beginning of the year, like February or March, he was himself praising China for their handling of the situation.
Yeah, he fell for the propaganda.
He was himself repeating the information coming out of China pertaining to the lack of contagion, right?
Yeah.
And now I just feel that he suddenly woke up to the realization that his country is near 50,000 people, 50,000 deaths. and he's just starting to blame just about everyone, including China and the WHO.
But they are to blame, though. They are to blame.
Yeah, and he announced recently that he's cutting funding until an internal investigation will be conducted, which I honestly agree with. I think there should be an internal investigation. Now, let's get to the controversy around Dr. Tam. All this here in Canada, obviously, it began when President Trump started hinting that there's something's up, and then he sounded the alarm pretty much all over the world.
Yeah.
Now here in Canada, from what I verified, everything started from this lunatic Canadian YouTuber journalist wannabe called Ezra Levant. He runs a page called Rebel News, and he's also very well known for stirring up shit out of nothing.
Oh, Levant. You know what I was thinking when you said it? I thought you said, I was thinking of the Satanist, but that's LeVay, Anton LeVay. I was like, what the fuck's he Okay, go on.
So this guy, he has this reputation of finding, small news and just embellishing them and, trying to make his point. So
basically he's doing what all the news does.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So what he did, he posted a couple of videos criticizing the WHO and calling on Canada to fire Dr. Tam. And this conservative
But she's not part of the WHO.
Well, we're going to get to that. You'll see.
Okay.
This conservative member of parliament, Derek Sloan, and he's actually currently in the race to become the leader of the Conservative Party of Canada. He picks up this information
this bitch isn't one of us.
I'm reading the fucking article about her. It's great.
No, he picks up this information. He puts this thing up on Twitter, and he gets blasted by just about everybody, including his own caucus members. So just that we all understand, this is the backstory. In those videos, he accuses Dr. Tam of being aware of the severity of this virus and not doing her part in alerting the Canadian government. So essentially, he's basing himself on a tweet that, the WHO posted back in January, and I quote, this is what the tweet was: preliminary investigations conducted by the Chinese authorities have found no clear evidence of human-to-human transmission. So we're just stating the facts. Okay, we're going to analyze it in a second now. Okay.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Dr. Tam now sits on this independent oversight and advisory committee in the WHO's health emergencies program. And so he believes that because she sits on this committee, she must have known the truth, and she didn't say anything, and therefore she should be fired. Okay, so this is generally what the story is all about. So that was the backstory. Here are a couple of questions and problems that I personally have, okay?
Yeah.
First of all, why would a politician pick up any source of information, not have it counter-verified before making any public statement that essentially made a fool out of himself and got, blasted by his own party and his own caucus?
Are you being serious right now? Or are you being...
No, I'm very serious. I mean,
they all do that.
They all not only do that. Yeah, they all do. The difference is that right now, at least the party that's in charge owns the media, so they have that back in them, and they'll try to spin stuff. This doofus didn't have the media on his back, so he just picked up whatever he thought. No one's gonna support him.
But this doofus picked up this story from The Guardian, by the way. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, it's one story from The Guardian, which is like a leftist paper, and again, we don't know the facts. The Guardian brought up this story that apparently there's internal turmoil in the WHO, and they knew about this, and they had to pass it through a vote to see if whether they, at an international level, they would say that there is a danger or there isn't a danger. So there was this this huge debate happening. First of all, how do you know that? Okay, can we verify that? There's only one story, one news outlet that is reporting, and the other guy over here is picking it up, making his own video, adding his own sauce to it, and you have a politician that can't connect those dots, brings it up, stirs up all this shit here in Canada. But anyway, the other question that I'm asking is, in general, when it comes to the WHO, obviously there are questions that need to be answered. Questions like, China's role within the organization, China's funding, and obviously and possibly its political influence within the organization. Questions like, for example, if you're the WHO and you get a health investigation, not only from China, but from any other country, are you taking the extra steps of validating that information, or are you just taking for granted that the information is already valid, right? has the WHO ever been allowed even to have oversight on what's going on in China, about the outbreak in China? If so, is there a report? If they weren't allowed to go in and have oversight over what's happening, why not? Why couldn't they go in?
Is that a serious question?
That's their job.
So there's clearly a problem somewhere. So there are questions.
The Chinese government.
Sorry?
The Chinese government is the problem.
Well, that's why there are clearly a lot of questions. And which is why I actually agree with the position of the U.S. to apply the necessary pressure by revoking funds.
I agree too, yeah.
Now, to go back to Dr. Tam, I personally think it's far-fetched to suggest that she's responsible because she sits on that committee, okay? At least at this point, we don't have any further facts, okay? We don't know really her role within that committee. Maybe she has nothing to do with the actual oversight in the committee, and she's more involved, as an advisor on the development of the program's activities. We don't know.
More of a consulting role.
Yeah.
Can we find out though? Like no one's looking into this.
We could. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Ezra Levant is probably going to be looking into it. So until further notice, I mean, it's ridiculous to even suggest that. So we don't have the facts. And at this point, even if there were any wrongdoings within the organizations, which it's very likely that there is from what we're hearing, I don't think it's anyone's priority at the at the very moment. I mean, we're in a situation where every single country is trying to deal with its respective situation, and I think we should definitely deal with this situation around the WHO, but perhaps not now. I mean, nobody's really looking at what's going on at the WHO and who's responsible for what and whose role is what. I mean, when you have people dying in your countries and you're trying to solve the problem. So I think at least for now, we should be looking at Dr. Tam's performance here in Canada. Obviously, I'm not an expert. I don't think any of us here are experts, but she seems to be advising the Canadian government to take the right action plan, with respect to confinement and public health measures and directives. Now, if in the contrary, she was advising us to act like Sweden or Brazil, for example, then I would agree to having her removed like an ASAP. But
Brazil's going to be fine, dude. They can dance it off. That's cool. And as for Sweden, it's because it doesn't affect anyone. Because even if Sweden gets infected, what are they producing? What are they exporting to the world? Sadness and fucking hard-to-build furniture. It doesn't matter. Let Sweden fall, is what I'm saying. Carry on.
Their argument is wait and see, we'll be right. But at the same time, until that day comes, why put people's lives at risk? So, look, all I'm saying is that until we have more information and facts, I think people should just take a chill pill, man, and consider how lucky we are that the situation isn't evolving here as bad as it is elsewhere, in the world. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Montreal is the epicenter, though, for the country.
Montreal is the epicenter. It's mostly Poseidon's fault. He refuses to follow quarantine protocol. Here's the thing. I agree with you. I don't think we should blame... I don't even know. I don't know her personally, Dr. Tam, so I got no personal stake in this. But I don't think we should blame her because, especially since I found out, and you know this, George, too, they were talking about in Parliament last week, half empty, that the federal government, Trudeau and the Deputy Prime Minister, were warned about this in January, and they did nothing. So why is it her fault now? She didn't get that info. When they got the info, they didn't take it seriously in January, all right? And then Trudeau now, he's scrambling. He started scrambling in March. So how is it her fault if when she found out, at least she did whatever she could, whatever she knew, you know what I mean? She applied her skills as much as she could. The people who got the information before her decided, we're not going to talk about this. The Chinese tell us it's cool. It's not a big deal. Even though their own military intelligence said, guys, this is fucking serious. Prepare. So why is it her fault if our government dicked her around,
It's not, because technically she shouldn't be involved with anything related to politics, right?
Exactly. So she didn't know. She wasn't informed. So as soon as she found out, she applied her necessary skills. But the people who knew first in January did nothing. Trudeau was so fucking, I guess, scared to... Because what are you going to tell people? You're going to make people panic. So he decided, let's just wait this out. So I don't see why we should blame her.
I think a lot of people, a lot of governments were like, this isn't actually happening.
Yeah. Well, because they all believe China.
It's happening, but come on.
That's what Trump did. Trump bought into the propaganda. He's like, this is the flu. Don't worry about it. The Chinese said they got it under control. He believed the propaganda like everyone else did. They hoped for the best. They go, why would a government lie to us?
Yeah.
This is all, documented. They're not that stupid.
But you know what also is interesting? Because, the U.S. was late in the game. I agree to a certain extent, Canada as well, because we're also following very closely what the U.S. is doing, right? So if the U.S. isn't on board, at some point it influences our decision as well. The interesting thing in this situation is to see how different states took in this information and acted regardless of the government's position. Yeah. I was reading up on California, for example, that has a very similar population like Canada, that took measures immediately in end of January, beginning of February. They started stocking up on equipment, ventilators, masks. They started.
Yeah, but they're also super populous, right? Like, sorry, not populous. The population is the same, but think about how densely they're living there.
Absolutely. All I'm saying is that they took action before their central government did, and they are dealing with this better than anyone in the U.S. Same thing, for example, in Canada. When we look at Alberta, they did the exact same thing. They started stocking up on equipment, ventilators, to the point where everything is controlled over there now, and they're distributing equipment to the rest of Canada.
Yeah, Alberta always, like, people like to talk shit in Canada about Alberta, and so, but they always seem to me like the most serious people. Like, they're conservative in the way you want conservatives to be about the economy and about health, right? And then the rest, that's debatable. But in terms of taking care of their people, they're fucking solid.
But we're going to have a big issue here.
Yeah.
We're going to have a big issue here. I mean, obviously, you guys saw that the prices of oil went into the negative. This week. So I'm not sure exactly how that's going to affect Alberta. Of course, I'm not an expert, but when we've reached a point where if you want to go buy a barrel of oil and you don't have to pay, but instead I have to pay you $37 to buy my oil. I mean, it's serious. This has never happened. So I'm not sure how Alberta is planning to bounce back from this. Obviously, the government of Canada is going to have to come in with some sort of bailout package in addition to the hundreds of billions of dollars that we're injecting in all these programs. I mean, we might be out of the woods soon in terms of, the virus and a possible vaccine, but economically, I'm not so sure that the brighter days are ahead.
No, absolutely not. This is going to be the worst recession in living history, in living memory.
Yeah, and also something I found out yesterday from my stock expert, Harry. He told me something, because I was asking about the oil, right? The price of oil that went negative, that they're paying people to take it off. Because I was like, yo, is this where I put my money? He's like, shut up, stupid. The issue with this is, the problem is that there's nowhere to store it anymore. That's what he told me. So even if you have to buy it physically, you need a place to store it, and not just like a garage. Like, there's government regulations. So that's why they're being fucked right now, because there's no place to store it. So I was like, holy shit, I did not know this. He's like, yeah, if you don't have a place to store it, even if you buy it, it's useless to you, because there's regulations. You can't just have it in a warehouse.
Did you see those images off the coast of California with all the oil tankers just parked?
Chilling, parked in storage.
I don't like boat photos.
We have
lots of space in Canada. We can store this oil. We can make back some of that money. We can put it on all the reservations. There's plenty of space there, and no regulations.
You're talking about putting it on Indian reserves? They've been through enough.
You're part of the problem.
Yeah. You're part of the problem, Phil.
Me?
Yeah, you and your fucking crocodile tears.
Give them a storage cut. I'm not saying we screw them over. We just say.
Yeah, Trudeau shows up in a headdress.
I'm setting a terrible dancing with a fucking peace pipe. I'm setting a terrible example for
Chief Blackface is here. Yeah.
By the way, my 3-year-old's apparently watching this. My wife just texted me, so I'm a bad parent. Hi, Leah.
I'm not a bad parent. We're discussing the news.
Yeah, Phil's wife. She's like, I thought you said you were going to the grocery store.
Yeah. I'll be back in half an hour.
Dad said he was going to Sesame Street.
So,
I was about.
George, it's good that you brought some stability to the first episode of the morning show. It's good that you brought us some actual news, because if you just had us bantering about this right now, we would have we would have been blaming the aliens 20 minutes ago.
There you go.
When are we getting to that? I have a whole thing written out here.
You'll have your chance after the morning news is done. So, George, anything else that we need to know?
Nothing for now. I mean, it's a beautiful day.
It is here in Montreal. Yeah,
beautiful weekend. So I think we should look to take advantage of happy little moments, man, during these days, because I think every single one of us is kind of, living this monotonous.
Tell us how you really feel, George.
Sorry?
Tell us how you really feel about Perpetual Sunday.
You know what? I've been saying this to so many people that this has been my reality for months now. I mean, people are coming up to me like, oh, I can't believe it. I'm home. It's so annoying with the kids and my wife, my husband. My reality since coming out of politics has been exactly this, because of the nature of the business that we're in, where we're mostly required in the evenings and at nights. We got used to being at home with the kids and, with my wife, and just, waking up and taking the day very relaxed until, the evening approached. So for us, it's everything is normal.
Yeah, I'm not mentally affected either. Like I'm pretty. The only difference is I noticed that I think my dog assumes that I've been laid off or something, but she's cool with it. But apart from that, it's been fine.
Speaking of dogs, they were talking yesterday. They had some vets that came on to talk about people that have animals, especially dogs, because dogs they get very, they get very affectionate with their owners. They're suggesting that people that have dogs, they take the habit of every 30, 45 minutes that they actually leave the house for whatever 10, 15, 20 minutes so that dogs can get used to the fact that they're not there, because they're suggesting that whenever we go back to normal, from
anxiety.
When from one day to the next, when you just get up and leave, your dog is going to go crazy.
Yeah, the good thing about my dog is because I spend doing comedy and writing, I spend a lot of time at home anyway. Yeah. So it's but you're right though.
I think it's crazy. I saw that the report too. I was watching it on TV News or something yesterday, the day before. No, everyone's talking about dogs and how they're going to have separation anxiety. No one's talking about how kids under 5 are being like psychologically tormented right now, because going back to reality is going to mess up an entire generation of children.
Yeah. No, well, they're not going to the gulag.
I'm lucky, honestly, that my kids aren't in school yet, but I definitely get that. I have a lot of friends that are parents that have older kids that are in elementary school, for example. And
what's the worry?
Day,
the worry is that they're just home with parents all the time, and this is the age when they become social people, social creatures.
Oh, so you think they're going to be antisocial weirdos?
All the time. Just the other day she said to me, she goes, "I miss school." Oh. She's like, "You guys are cool, but there's no other kids here. Like we have 2, but the baby's a baby. They're not really playing, right?"
Yeah. No, but that's the thing, and again, Phil, we're lucky because they're younger, our kids, right? I mean, imagine if your kids were in elementary school. I have friends that have actually made a schedule because they didn't want their kids just playing video games all day, right? So they're like, okay, you wake up, there's breakfast. This is what you do from like 9 to 10. 10 to 11, we'll take a break. 11 to 12:30, whatever. We'll have lunch. Yeah. So they're trying to maintain some sort of authority and some sort of, organization because we don't know how long this is going to be.
It's worrisome. We'll say that at least. It's a little worrisome for a lot of parents. All right. So that was George with the news. George, they're going to find you at the Backstage Podcast.
The Backstage Podcast or Just Us Dads Podcast? Just Us Dads?
No, he hates the Backstage podcast. He thinks it's about pornographic stuff.
Like a gay show.
Yeah.
Maybe there's upcoming segments, Phil. You don't know.
You don't know what's happening on the Backstage.
Then by all means, man, more power to you. I just don't want to mislead your fans.
So the Backstage Podcast, Just Us Dads. And George, you still have your websites up?
Yeah, it's thebackstagepod.com or justusdads.ca. Check us out. A lot of fun stuff. I'm having fun with it. And
why can't I be on Just Us Dads?
You could be on Just Us Dads.
You can definitely be on Just Us Dads.
That's how Pantelis answered.
You definitely qualify.
I meant that you qualify. I don't know if they're going to accept you, but you definitely qualify. And all of these podcasts are available on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Pod, every podcasting platform.
Every single platform, wherever you get your podcast, go check it out and let us know what you think. Comment, like, share, all that jazz.
All right, George, we're going to let you get back to your political work. And
all right, guys.
We're going to get back to our nonsense.
Enjoy the weekend.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Later, George.
All righty.
Thank you for your service.
To our country. So now, guys, we also have Homer, legendary 4-H podcast member, who's joining us now from quarantine. Mr. Homer.
What's up, guys?
How are you, brother? You good?
I think this is the earliest I've ever been up on a Saturday.
Well,
I'm ready to watch cartoons.
Yeah, we're going to watch a show together. That's kind of the premise of this. But I thought of doing this show a lot earlier, and then I got a lot of texts that were calling me a piece of garbage, especially Phil. Yeah, so Phil's like, dude,
Phil, you should be used to this.
No one is awake
until 10 a.m., man.
at Saturday at 8 in the morning for no reason, you fucking buffoon. Do it later. And then actually George told me the same thing in the beginning. George's like, why would you wake up that fucking early? Your fans, let them sleep. Do it at 10. So I figured anything before noon. Everything before noon is still morning. So we're good to go.
Yeah, true. That's true.
So before we continue on to my idea of us enjoying a nice Saturday morning TV marathon, Homer had one of the funniest, well, to me it's funny, things happen to him during this quarantine. So on one day I was talking to him and he was sharing his kind of surroundings with me live via FaceTime. And there was a fire right next door. Those fire trucks, the building caught fire, okay? And then the next day, his car was stolen. So he's had a good a good 2 days being inside. Yeah, quarantined. So and he doesn't seem to care anymore. Now he's emotionally not attached to the car. He's been inside so long, he even wondered, does he need a car?
Dude, the car might have been stolen for 2-3 days.
Yeah, the car might have been stolen earlier and you never noticed because he didn't need it. It's fucking crazy. I would have been devastated. Yeah, real story. It happened on Sunday. Well, Sunday or Monday he figured it out. But the car could have been. He was going out of the house to look at the fire and stuff. But he never looked in his garage, like under the temple, to think. He never thought that somebody would steal a car.
So my parents were taking videos too of the fire, and then they noticed that the car wasn't in the garage in the videos. But nobody noticed it.
The car's been missing for a while.
Whatever. It's okay, man.
It would have been funny if you just forgot, but you parked it somewhere else.
Oh, it's happened to me.
It's happened.
Fuck. That's what I thought, man.
Yeah, it happened to me, and I called my dad and the cops.
Oh no!
It was years ago. I was parked in like a mall with like multiple levels of parking, and I like I'm on the phone with the cops. My dad's like, "Are you sure it's not on another floor?" And my wife, who we were dating at the time, she's like, "Sure it's not downstairs?" I'm like, "Of course I'm fucking sure it's not downstairs."
I'm not fucking stupid.
And I was. 100%.
It happens. Phil. You're not the only one that this has happened.
It happened.
Well, a lot of times, because I have to park far, right? I don't have a parking spot or a garage. I have to park far sometimes. A lot of times when I go back outside to get my car, I'll walk down the wrong street.
What do you mean?
A lot of the times, so I'll walk down the wrong street. And I go, oh, fuck, it's true. No, I parked here 2 nights ago. And then I'll walk down another street. And I go, no, wait. Okay, no, that was last night. No, wait, last night. And I go, and then I have to retrace my fucking steps, bro.
God damn, are you okay, Poseidon? This is fucking...
Dude, it felt like a Seinfeld moment. You know when his apartment gets robbed?
Yeah.
Because I call the cops and I'm like, so what are the how'd they steal it? I'm like, oh, they have many ways of stealing it. And then I'm like, so what are the odds of you finding it? And they're like, your car is gone.
Is that... That's the best.
Why did I call you? Why did I call you? They didn't even come to my house. It was all over the phone.
I love that. So what are the odds you guys are find? Oh, yeah, it's gone. We don't look for cars. It's gonna be in Africa by the weekend.
I think you need to make it.
That's what they do, right? They put in those shipping containers.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
The shipping containers are coming full, but the planes are coming empty, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Whatever, man.
So I was gonna tell you guys. Are you guys ready? This was the plan for today, to spend some time with everyone on the internet. We could have some fun. I wanted to go back and we start looking, not what you thought, not Drake, the original Degrassi that I've made fun of in a good way, in a happy way. Yeah, we're going to watch some episodes. Well, we're going to start with the first episode today. And it's really fun just to give people some just notes on what Degrassi is. So Degrassi was kind of what put people in America on the border that were getting these feeds and watching the show, made them think that Canada was a dangerous place. Because that show did not give a fuck. From abortions to drunk drivers to kids getting AIDS to Canada seemed like the most dangerous place on on the fucking planet for children at the time. So I got our stuff queued up here, and I think we're good to go.
You did not warn me about this.
I don't know.
I'll be back in a second.
Dude, you could be back in a second. It's Degrassi.
I thought we were watching Drake.
No, Degrassi Junior High. This is the fun, Poseidon. This is.
I've never even. I don't think I've seen a single episode of Degrassi ever.
No.
No, I used to watch Student Bodies because it was filmed at my high school, and I thought it was cool.
Okay.
It was filmed in Montreal.
Student Bodies, yeah, I don't know about Degrassi. I think it was in Toronto.
Bro, what? Student Bodies was a great show, man.
Well, this is the time, and for the people watching, just like Poseidon, this is the time to get your cereal, your breakfast. We'll watch this stuff together.
I don't have anything. I don't have any snacks. I didn't know we were doing this.
Had I known, I would have sent you something. What is Poseidon doing?
I don't know. What is he doing? I can't tell. He's back.
Hold on, I'll make our faces a little smaller so that people can still see us fucking around, but they can enjoy the show because we're a little.
How many people are on here? We got people watching with us.
At least 4 people, guaranteed.
Oh, is that what? Wait a second. Hold on. No, we're doing all right.
Oh, there it is. It's starting.
Oh shit! Look at that VHS quality.
Hey, Stephanie, wait up! Go away, Arthur. I don't know you.
Trying to be cool.
Ginger Poseidon.
Oh, it is Ginger.
Oh shit!
Here at school, you never ever talk to me, okay? What? And you don't tell anyone I'm your sister. They're gonna get kind of suspicious. Not a lot of Kobolowskis around. Kay. My name is Kay. K-A-Y-E.
She joined the gang.
You live with Dad, I live with Mom. If Mom can change her name, so can I. We're still related.
Oh, it's a shitty divorce.
Look, it's not you. It's the system.
This feels like the beginning setup for a really bad stepbrother
You're in
porno.
grade 7,
Yeah.
so you're like totally embarrassing.
Oh yeah, you grade 7 faggot. Get out of here.
Terrible.
It's a nice looking school though.
Why are they singing the Nazi anthem? What's happening?
Yeah, they are singing the Nazi anthem. Yeah. This is the best anthem, bro. Yeah.
Oh fuck! I remember this.
Oh, we're gonna get to see mustaches, racism. It's gonna be great.
Guaranteed
Snake.
Poseidon's never seen this.
No, Poseidon's smoking, bro. This is, look at him. He's like, he just came. It's the best song.
Next level, man. Right?
Degrassi Jr. Hi. Memories.
I've never seen this, I think. I've only ever seen Degrassi The Next Generation.
Oh, you don't know these guys, bro? The cool kids right now.
Serious.
But you know what I like about these shows? They use real kids. You know how now everybody's 40?
Yeah, it's great. What about yours?
Oh, his shirt's open. This guy, look at him.
Grade 7 again.
Grade oh, that kid failed. He's like grade 7 again.
Lola, I missed you. Oh, I missed you too. I got you something.
I don't even know them and I missed them. What did she give it
For
her?
me? For one best friend to another.
Aw, best friends.
Aw.
I thought those were sex handcuffs.
Thanks.
Oh,
Bro, they're children beside them.
Yeah, dude. Look,
notice how
have a
baggy
mustache?
the girls are
It's like
dressed
being grown up
compared to
almost.
today.
Yeah, compared to today, they're all baggy clothes. Yeah, but they look cool though.
Oh wait, no wait, she's changing.
Is your brother here this year? Don't talk about it. He's always asking so
early.
many dumb questions.
Yo, this chick's taking off her clothes, bro.
Not to talk to me.
What kind of school is
Lot
this?
different last names. Tell me
Oh,
about
she got
it.
her hoe clothes underneath.
What are
She
you
left
doing?
it
Oh,
looking
Oh,
good.
she's hoeing it up, bro. Muslim girls used to do this at my school in high school.
We're supposed
They used to leave their house in the all the commercials. They used to leave their house in they're playing commercials. There we go.
We're talking about
Yeah, they used to leave the house in their hijabs.
Why'd
and they
you
used
skip
to,
that?
It's a commercial.
Okay, bro.
Oh, look at that, bro. Look at that. She's the high school hussy now. I like this kid.
We're small animals.
Can you tell me the way to Miss Avery's class? I sort of lost a piece of paper that they sent me.
Hey, no problem. Joey Jeremiah, Esquire,
Kid,
chairman of the Welcoming Committee.
Jeremiah,
At
have
your
like a drug
service.
problem
Arthur
after.
Kowalski.
He went to jail.
Oh
I'm
shit,
pretty
she put makeup on. Look at her. She hoed it. Look at that.
She looks
sure.
like a
That's a bit
hooker.
much.
It's my new image.
It's my new image.
Old image.
Oh shit, look at this.
Grade 8.
Grade 8.
Elections are coming up next week.
Sec 2.
Get those nominations in early. Get
Bro,
involved.
she's 14.
Yeah, that's
Guys,
Serve your school.
what about girls?
Only students
If I were school president, I'd make sure there was better food in the cafeteria. I'd
Hey.
make sure there was less homework. Oh, more current events in class.
fucking nerd. You're ruining my cool.
I don't know about that.
What is happening?
What?
This is a weird thing to watch. It feels like we're
I should run for president.
in a bathroom we're not supposed to be in.
Yeah, you
Like
should.
in the
You're
stall.
popular.
How's it going?
All right, let's get to Joey.
Jeremiah.
I hope he doesn't fuck with this kid.
How's it going, man?
Anti-masker. I just got one of those.
See you later. There's people here at Simcoe.
This kid's gonna get put in the locker for sure.
I'm showing him the ropes.
He doesn't fit the locker a little comfy.
Arthur,
How tall is this fucking kid compared to everyone else?
your class, Mr. Kabalowski.
Oh, it is your class, buddy.
Maybe later, okay?
Oh, they're fucking with him. That's a janitor's closet.
Told you
They're
to
gonna fuck him up.
What? A broomhead.
Yo, that stupid kid doesn't know how to turn a handle.
The lock is on the inside.
yeah, lock is on. What are they talking about, bro? This fucking moron. He deserves to get bullied.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. My dad let me work on a 59 Chevy.
I'm jealous. Well, anyway.
Hey, Steph.
I got to work on a cock.
Hi.
Hi. Remember me? Joey Jeremiah. Playboy. At your service.
What?
Wanna play?
Well, she's dressed for the part, so it's her own fault. That's what I'm going to say. Because she's too young.
Yeah, she's dressed for the part, but I agree with you. Too young.
Greetings, scholars.
Scholars. You see, in my school, the hat would have been confiscated.
Little minds with you this year.
Did he just check her out?
He checked her out. You saw that? You saw that?
What the hell was that? It was a freaking mustache.
He's got
Yo,
the
what up?
mustache too.
Welcome to grade 8.
Oh, shit.
Hey, Wheel.
Bro, there's too many fucking commercials, bro. What is this?
Never played this.
Students who have not yet located their homeroom, please report to
I hope this guy's good at math.
principal's office, ground floor by the main entrance.
Hey, I'm gonna get Miss Avery's class. Miss Avery?
How
Must be in the same room. Do you know where it is?
Isn't there a class
No,
number, you
but
fucking
It's gotta be
retards?
somewhere. Maybe we can look for it together. Come on.
Dude, it's a fucking school, guys. It's 3 hallways on top of each other.
They're
What's
best
going on?
friends now.
Yeah.
All I want to know is how that Asian kid
Let's
unlocked
begin
that
by
door.
calling the roll.
He fucking
When I
turned the
call
knob.
your name, please raise your hand so I can identify you. Stacy Farrell.
I like how he looked through the window.
Derek.
Oh, hello.
Miss Avery?
Yes, come in. Come in.
Sorry.
Find yourselves a seat.
I was trapped in the closet.
This is a very confusing school.
Yes. It's got to be an analogy. He's a confused kid. He was in the closet.
Of course, you all understand that after lunch
Oh,
every day,
fuck.
typical French fries and gravy will be mathematics.
The stash.
That is the class you are to go to. It will be posted in the hall.
Sorry, what
which
year is
room
they
you
didn't
are
have
to attend.
printouts?
This is in the
For
80s.
the mathematics
I'd like
as
to
well.
be president, but I
And
can't
after the
write speeches or
mathematics,
make
of course, we have,
posters or any of
geography.
that stuff.
Geography will
I
be
can
every
do all
day.
that.
This is
I can be
89.
executive assistant.
Executive assistant. You fucking nerd.
Thank you, ladies.
You're welcome, bro.
Word.
What was that?
Already? The year just started.
Yeah, that's when you gotta start running for president, bro. Elections start.
4 months.
Stephanie K, bro. She's getting my vote. Local whore runs for office.
Family planning. We want more current events studied in class. We want more input into the curriculum to help control our fate as students. Look, what is this?
All her teeth
What's
haven't
wrong
even
with
grown in yet.
She looks like a low-budget Canadian Molly Ringwald.
Yeah, very Molly Ringwald-esque,
If you
yeah.
vote for me.
Wow.
Hey, yo.
Stephanie.
Yo, I got a hat. What up? Fedoras. What up, dog? Oh
I'll
my.
work hard to justify your faith in me.
I'm
because
already hard.
I believe that being president
I'm sorry, what?
is a responsibility not to be taken.
I'm the voice of Joey's inner monologue.
Oh, okay. There's inner monologue. Gotcha.
Free. Yeah, seriously, they should give. Stephanie K.
Responsible government.
Responsible government. Responsible for hand jobs.
We want more information about family planning.
We want information. Bro, what the fuck is
We want more current events studied in class.
Bro, this girl's getting pregnant.
We want less layers.
Input into the curriculum
This whore knows how to talk.
If you vote
All
for
the boys
me,
are just like,
Stephanie
boom.
K, I'll work hard to justify your faith in me. Because I believe that being president is a responsibility not to be taken lightly.
Fuck you. God damn it, bro. They're really trying to monetize this fucking video.
Like, who owns the rights to Degrassi to monetize
A
people?
vote for Stephanie K is a vote for an active student cancel.
Sexually active.
Local whore loses pants but wins audience.
Oh shit, it's Axl Rose.
Snake.
To you I says.
Nice. Hey, loved you. Joey Jeremiah, president of the Stephanie K fan club.
Oh, what a fucking piece of shit. What a simp.
Joey!
Oh, that's like sexual harassment right
Jesus Christ.
If I get a kiss, I'll vote for you, Steph. Promise.
What? If I get a kiss off of... Oh, bro, I told you she's going to be dishing out hand jobs for votes.
Okay,
Bro.
so long as you promise.
Alright.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, they're going to start running a train on her, bro. This is crazy.
Oh, yeah!
Jesus Christ.
The second they start paying for her, it's going off the rails.
Oh my god.
Are they, what the fuck is
This wouldn't fly today, man.
This would not fly today, bro. People are getting arrested.
It feels like the start of a very bad porno.
Oh, she's pissed. Girl in beret.
Transgender chick was mad.
Yeah.
Astro dog to microchip.
Oh, look at this antenna.
Look at the antenna, bro. You're not hidden at all.
Chip to Astro dog.
It looks like someone parked a taxi behind there.
Astro dog to microchip. Red alert. Red alert.
Alright, everyone. Take it easy. Should be out in a minute.
Joey located. Avoid Sector 2C.
Repeat. Avoid Sector 2C.
Message received. Will avoid Sector 2C.
I really want to break this kid for some reason.
It's annoying, eh? Like you want him to get bullied.
Kissing's got nothing to do with the campaign.
Yo, you want to get coronavirus? Because this is how you get coronavirus, bitch.
It's politics.
It's politics.
Give people what they want.
Bro, she's a young Hillary Clinton.
Since when's Joey
Yeah,
so smart?
you stole right on my mouth.
But it's working, Vula. All the
Vula,
guys are
oh,
gonna
she's the
vote
Greek
for
girl,
me.
the nerd.
2 or 3 times, some of them.
Her name is
The
Lola.
girls
I
don't
thought
like
Vula.
you much. I don't need
I heard
that.
Vula. Let me check.
If all the guys vote for me and the girls divide their vote among the other guys, I win. Vula, don't be mad at me.
She's saying Vula, bro.
Yeah,
She's a Greekster.
I really
there was a
want
Greek
to be
kid on this
president.
show.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I like her. She's smart.
We're a team, right? You and me?
No self-respecting Greek would ever stop this campaign. It makes perfect sense.
Some politicians prey on your fear. She's all about that sex appeal.
Well, the kid has a shirt that says 100% muscle.
100% fucking
Rock
queer,
on the
bro.
PA. More dances.
Lap dances.
Co-ed swimming in gym.
Co-ed swimming. Look at her. Why you gotta be a whore?
I want to see Steph in a bikini.
Mad again.
This would not fly anywhere today.
Without a bikini.
They want to see her naked. They just said. Take it off.
Oh, fuck.
Stephanie K used to say what'll happen.
Yeah.
So progressive for the 80s. Like, so body positive, right?
Be feminist.
Oh boy.
We want to kiss. We want to kiss.
Whatever happens today, I'd like to especially thank one person who's been there from the beginning, done so much, and been such a wonderful
Aw.
friend.
Joey Jeremiah.
I'd like to thank Joey Jeremiah.
She really is Hillary Clinton.
Look how excited they are in the 80s. Well, so terrible before the internet,
It's
right?
the
Nothing to
80s.
do.
Yeah, there's no internet. You're like, yo, this chick's gonna get naked.
Oh man, look at she's so frumpy and angry.
You think some kids are gonna start getting suicided?
Oh, for sure. The
She
ballot
is
box.
Greek. Her name is Vula Grigoyani.
Yo, you know what's funny
The
is
actor or the character?
the character.
The character.
Oh,
They're all voting. They're like, can I write in whore? You know who I'm talking about. This is so crazy, bro. Imagine parents not being sure, like, it's just some kids show, but like, take off your bikini. Avula, there's no way she's voting for her.
And of course, with 3 students here involved in the election, at least 3 of you will know something about the democratic system, I hope. This assignment, of course, is due on Thursday morning at 9:10.
Attention, everyone. I've got the election results.
Oh.
But first, I'd like to congratulate all candidates on their campaigns. Remember, it's not whether you win or lose, but how you play the game that counts.
That's a lie. Don't tell these kids lies.
School president is Stephanie K.
Oh, shit. Oh, everyone's getting blowjobs.
Turns the whole school into a brothel.
Please, not in my class. Save that for the pool room.
Jesus
Assignment is due on Tuesday at
What happens in the
3:25.
pool room,
We'll be
bro?
out of School at 3:26.
Like the champagne room.
In case you weren't aware, I'm fed up with these whores. Language, it says.
Language?
Yeah, look at the class. I guess they have language class. That's where they learn French. Vula.
Hi. I'm Mrs. Rivera, your new vice president. Isn't this exciting? My parents will be so proud. I think
What
I'm
about
going
his
to
wife, bro?
politics when I grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ready for tomorrow? Tomorrow? The student council meeting after school.
Congratulations, Stephanie.
Thanks. Well, I've kind of got plans.
For people in the workplace,
She
they
has
want a
point-
chance to lead.
What is this?
And giving
No,
people a
no.
chance to.
Fuck you, Salesforce.
But you can't miss the first meeting. You're the president. And besides, there's lots of
This
things
fucking
we should
kid, bro.
discuss. Like co-ed swimming. My parents won't like that. Oh, by the way, Doris wants to see you. Doris? Doris Bell, the school secretary. Oh, you're right. Sorry. Okay, bye. See you tomorrow.
Being president is not about sucking dick, Stephanie. She's like, fuck, I thought it was.
Like, I gotta do shit now.
Yeah.
Oh, Stephanie, come in. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, Mr. Lawrence asked me to remind you about your speech next week at the PTA meeting.
My speech?
Yes. We always lead off with a speech from our
So-
school president.
I gotta blow the parents too?
Thanks.
That wasn't part of the goddamn deal.
I give her credit though. She got elected without sucking a single one.
Yeah, she just kissed a lot of dudes.
You don't know that.
Call you later.
We don't know that. We saw the kissing, bro.
I never saw shit like this happen in our school.
I saw shit like this happen in my school. I was responsible for a lot of it.
Bro, didn't I call it?
Oh shit.
Oh shit, he's in the locker.
You're right, but I didn't know they were extra wide.
What are you doing?
Get me out of here! This is not a recess.
Nothing funny about putting people in lockers.
It's fucking hilarious. Shut up and stay in the locker.
Putting him in a locker? Ignore him. He's just a broomhead.
Defend your brother, whore.
Now, you little weasel.
You're the president.
For heaven's sake, leave Arthur alone.
You know this GURP?
Well,
This what?
sort of.
We used to date.
Maybe. No, just leave him alone, okay? Have you seen Vula? I have to write a speech for the PTA.
Joey Jeremiah, speechwriter. At your
Oh shit, his speech is gonna be like, hey yo, what up, dogs?
What?
The dumbest kids ever. That guy had him in his
I know
line of
lots
sight.
about
while
Yeah,
he
these
was
kids are not. Look, now he's like, where did he disappear to?
Start with something funny like
Magic.
Hello, ladies and germs. Then end with another one. It doesn't matter what you say in between.
Great. Thanks.
Hey, where you going, Steph?
Where he
What?
go?
He's gone?
Yeah, how he disappear, my friend? I don't know. In Albania, they don't disappear.
He's like a very bad henchman.
Yeah.
And an F guard.
Vula, let me ask you, are neither of you kids in fucking class right now?
Wait! You used me.
Uh-oh.
I thought you'd be grateful. I helped make the posters. I wrote your speech.
It's true. I saw it all.
I am grateful.
No, you're not.
Sure. And that's why you thank
I think
Joey.
she's trying to get her to have sex with her.
Oh, that.
Imagine it.
Sorry, but
Who was playing the guilt card?
no, I don't.
I don't know, bitch.
Come on, Vula, we're in grade 8 now. Boys like that sort of thing. So do girls. So
What?
do best
See?
friends.
Told
But
you.
that's okay, because I don't want to be your friend anymore.
Oh.
You can have your stupid bracelet. You're just a baby. A selfish baby.
Selfish
Vula, wait!
baby
You're
whore.
on your own, Miss President. You and your new image.
Dun-dun-dun.
Just jealous, girl.
Drama in the stairwell.
Bam, bam.
Uh-oh.
Paid $2.99 for these.
You don't know how many dicks I sucked for these bracelets. It's not the chip, the gypsies. The very smell of
Gonna shrunk it
penises. Oh shit, she's changing back, you think? I'm done being the town whore.
Or she lives at the school and this is her bathrobe.
Yeah, she lives at the school.
Her parents threw her out.
Yeah, her parents threw her out.
Yeah.
You don't need makeup. It's high school. Kids like you for who you are.
Still gonna be the best president this school ever had.
I hope so.
Yes, I can.
You're starting
I'll
off
make a
really
great
shaky,
speech
though.
to the PTA,
Seriously.
even if I do have to write it myself.
Yeah, you could write. You're in the 8th grade, you fucking monkey. You could write.
Someone to help me.
I wish I had someone to help me. Hello, adults? Just say parents. Oh, okay, fuck, that's a good idea.
Hi, guys.
Yeah. Oh, hi, guys. Free mattress protector.
Steph,
What? I had to pay for mine.
it's okay.
He's hiding behind a fucking tree. We can see you from this side, bro.
And now he's on the
Just wanted
side
to
of the
say
tree. What a
Thanks for
continuity error.
saving me from Joey.
I noticed too, yeah.
He was just joking around. He's got an unusual sense of humor.
Yeah, he does. Where you going, bitch? We're talking. That's not. Who ends a conversation like that?
I don't know about junior high. It's kind of different.
They're 14, bro. Give them a
But
break.
I have met a new friend. Classes are stimulating.
Classes are
And I
stimulating.
do know
Fuck
the
this kid.
president, at least on weekends. Something wrong?
It's got that weird porno vibe again.
I
Yeah.
have to write a speech for the PTA.
What a coincidence! I have pen.
I could help.
Yeah, you see?
Why are you helping her? She's so mean to you.
I was class
He does look a little
last
like
year,
Bill.
remember?
Yeah,
Mrs.
it's
Gonzalez
his
said
sister, bro.
my speech was perceptive and witty.
Thanks, Arthur, but this is junior high.
Oh.
Okay, but don't say I didn't offer.
What does that
Oh
even
yeah,
mean?
and say hi to Mom for me.
Yeah, say hi to your mother for me.
Wait, Arthur,
And I turn back is
I
amazing.
need you.
I need you.
I gotta pull one of these myself here. Hold on.
Fuck, that was cringy,
That was
man.
terrible.
Oh my god. Holy shit, what kind of commercial is this?
Holy shit.
What the fuck was that? I'm sorry, guys. It's supposed to be a fun. So we only have time for episode 2, because then it's not morning anymore. Then it becomes we're getting close to noon.
Wrote all this?
Oh, Greek guy.
Some of it, yes. I organized it all. I'm the editor.
You're the boss, eh?
I must have.
Look at that
Very
stash.
good, Vola.
Terrible accent. That's not how Greeks
Having
talk.
her ass.
What is this? Dance.
What's this, a dance?
Can I go?
You're too young to go to dance.
I'm not. Everyone else is going.
I don't want my little girl dancing with boy who got only one thing on mind.
Papa, please.
My accent very inaccurate, but I do not raise
Life
whore.
is like a flower. Let it unfold. When you're older, you'll thank me.
You'll
When
talk
I'm
me.
older, it'll be too late. The dance will be over.
He's gonna hit her. Oh shit,
Oh,
he's gonna hit
he's
her.
gonna punch in the back of the head. Yeah, I love that. They can't even fake the accent properly. He sounds like when I do an accent of anyone else.
Sounds like Borat.
Hello, Vula. Fancy seeing you here. Dad, I live here. This is the best song, though, huh?
other minutes of my life I can ever have passed.
Don't worry, this is the last episode that we're gonna watch on the morning show. Don't miss the Degrassi fall dance. Oh shit, look at this. Trombones. This school had money, bro.
Will your parents mind?
Look at that hair.
It's okay, they're loose, okay? So I'll see you on Saturday
Okay,
then.
all right. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's Spike with the cool hair. We'll get to see her later.
Oh, hi, Bula. Oh, hi. Are you guys going to dance?
Oh, hi, guys.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Twins.
Come on, it'll be fun. Everybody's going. Hi, Bula.
Oh, she's talking to me. The school president is talking to me.
Hey, calm your tits, Vula, all right?
Look, I'm sorry for
You're
what
fucking
happened during the
right.
election. I meant to thank you. Can't we ever be friends? Not in 100 million years.
It's a long time, you stupid bitch.
Really mature, Bula.
Look at the two twins. Like, what the fuck did we just experience? Who are these idiots?
Jesus Christ.
Is that a dude that just walked out?
No, that looked like me, bro. That looked like me with a bad disguise.
Yeah, bro, just Poseidon walking around in high school. Hello, chocolate face.
How come you don't just get changed at home?
Wow.
Are you kidding?
God damn it. She's just about to get shit from, she's just about to get shit from another girl.
My mom would ground me for life or longer.
What a hick town. All the parents are like fascists.
You mean your parents actually let you go around like that?
Oh my god, my wife just
I
texted
can
me.
do
She's like, we
whatever I
have
like.
to marathon.
I can go where I
Yeah, I told you it's a great way to start Saturday with everyone.
Ruined my life.
Lucy,
I think I'm sucked in too.
I want to know what happened.
We'll continue next week.
have you ever asked a boy out?
Oh, the Drake
lots
show.
of times. I mean, they don't laugh or anything? Of course not. Please, Stephanie. This is the 80s.
So far, this girl is the coolest girl in that fucking school.
Yeah, because she's from the big city.
Yeah,
She's
she
from
doesn't give
Cuba.
a fuck, bro. She's dressed how she wants. Spike.
Because her
Actually,
dad's
I like Spike. I always liked her. She doesn't give a fuck. Look at her hair.
Wheels, my man. Are you going to the dance?
Wheels.
I don't know. Maybe.
I've got a date.
Really? Who?
Who? Stephanie, of course. She lusts for my body. Who can blame her?
Oh, I think she's in the
nice.
wheels.
Oh, shit.
Nice. She's
think they're already banging.
fabulous.
So sexy. What, Wheels? Are you kidding?
There, I don't want to bang her.
Oh, shit. She likes... This is gonna get heavy.
That's not saying much.
I haven't asked her yet, but I will. Today or maybe tomorrow. Definitely by the weekend.
You didn't even ask her. It's like, I have a
Morning,
date.
class. Morning.
Oh, this teacher got better looking in the second episode.
Who's that?
Okay.
Vula has a message.
Before we get started today, Vula has asked to say a few words. Okay?
My father beat the shit out of me this morning.
As you all know, Degrassi Junior High is sponsoring a foster child.
Oh.
The only problem is we need some money to do it. So if anybody has any ideas... What if we do the dance as a benefit? What? Well, we're having a dance anyway, right? So what if everybody pays $1 to get in, and the money goes to the foster child?
Yeah, that's how we do it in Compton.
What does the school
Goddamn
president
communists.
think? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And to make it really official, how about you present the check at the dance? No, I can't. But you're the one that thought of sponsoring the foster child. Stephanie's the president. She should do it. Okay.
Okay. No, whatever. Degrassi. I want to find out if this is a real place.
I'm sure it's a real... I don't know, actually. Oh, God.
I wonder if it is. It looks fucking nice.
Laundry strip. Zero waste laundry
Sponsoring a
detergent.
foster
What the hell
child
is
was your
that?
idea. You
I
should
have so
make
many
the
questions about your
presentation.
watch history.
Not a broomhead like Stephanie.
Yo, honestly,
I'm
this
not
black
gonna
girl,
go
the
to
best
dance.
character so far.
What?
Listen to what she's saying.
Homework.
She called the other one a broomhead.
Vula, you've got
What is
the
a
rest of
broomhead?
your life to do
Like she's
homework.
a airhead. She's a doofus.
Actually, I'm not allowed to go. I already asked my dad. What? What century is he living in?
Oh, shit.
Strict.
I feel like
Well,
Greek
it's
people in
all
the
how
late
you bring
80s
up
in
your
Canada were like
You've got to educate them.
Muslims to
Or
white
they'll
people.
walk
They're like
all
current
over you.
Afghanis.
Yeah.
My parents are real loose. My parents are nice. Just kind of old-fashioned.
That's
They
it.
come from a really little village. Don't you want to go? I'd love to. Well, even parents can be reasonable. If you give them a chance, ask again. It's not just any dance anymore. It's for a good cause.
I don't know.
Can I try some? Yeah,
Yeah, go home with
Is that-
lipstick. We'll see what your dad does.
Yeah, well, if that lipstick is purple, it won't show what he's about to do.
Smells like a beating.
Bro, I feel a punch in the face coming.
You know what it smells like? It smells like leather belt, bro.
Oh,
Papa?
yes.
What is it,
I'm
Noah?
doing taxes.
Look at that wine bottle.
Must be big nothing.
Big nothing. We don't talk like that, you fucking shitty actor.
Rocky.
Nothing. What is...
Wedding lipstick?
Just a little.
Oh,
But Papa...
it's very reasonable.
Voila off.
Don't make me punch you in the face.
Dobra jest chór.
You're just a little girl.
He's right. Be
It
little.
takes a long time to grow up.
Enjoy your time
So
as
what
kid.
was it you were going to ask?
I was gonna ask, there's this thing at school to do with the foster child on Saturday.
You want to kill immigrant children.
It was the only time everyone could get together. It's just like school, only in the evening.
Saturday evening.
So we could be with our family or do our homework during the day. It's
Well
a
played.
meeting.
It's
I'd
a-
kind of like to go.
It's a meeting of minds.
Okay, sure.
What?
You go to Yavka?
Just be home by 9:30, okay?
He is very reasonable Greek man.
Terrible accent though, eh?
Yeah, terrible accent. Doesn't sound Greek at all.
I think his name is Vladimir.
Today is the day I asked Stephanie to the dance. She will remember this day for the rest of her
She's gonna fuck your friend, bro.
Who can blame her?
Your heart's about to get broken.
Hi, guys.
Oh, hi, Steph. I think I should go.
No, wait. Joey, could I talk to Wheels? Alone?
Oh, shit.
Oh, right in front of him, just like that, eh?
Yeah.
No
You wanna
problem.
fuck off, peasant?
I'll go polish my nails or something.
Yeah, go stroke your dick.
What?
Who says?
Oh, what do you say?
So I'm gonna go polish my nails. Yeah, that means blow the gym teacher.
I was thinking,
I'm gonna euphemism for,
if
you
you're
know.
going to the dance,
Yeah.
maybe we could sort of go together.
Oh, shit.
Me. To the,
Yeah.
Sure, great.
What the fuck?
So,
But about this new hat?
I'll see you there.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. See you in class.
Yeah. See ya.
Go on to ride on the wheel.
Whoa.
On behalf of the students of Degrassi Junior High, I would like to present to you.
If she has no job,
Tonight.
how is she buying all the whole clothes?
That's a good
That is
question. I don't know, bro. The 80s were a tricky time. First of all, she's clearly okay with dishing out.
Now.
Want to ride to school?
No, it's okay.
What's in the bag?
You want to ride?
Yeah, what is in bag?
Stuff I borrowed from Lucy.
All you have to do to lose weight and have the perfect body
what is
to eat less.
Shut up.
How many times have
Really?
you heard that tired?
What a bird.
She's gonna be at the meeting too.
Remember, home by
Eating,
9:30
fatty.
sharp. If you're not
Nice
back by
to you.
9:30,
Hold on, hold
I'm
on.
coming.
I'm not a little girl.
If you're not back by 9:30, I'm coming, he said. Yo, you know what's gonna happen, right? This bitch getting beat up in front of everyone. Oh, what's happening here? The twins are back. Are they triplets
Is it okay
now?
if Steph comes? That means you had to change somewhere, and our parents know her.
Yeah, sure. Come on in.
She had to change and our parents know her. What the fuck is she gonna wear?
Wow, your parents must be loaded.
This though, should have seen our loft in Manhattan.
Where can I change?
You can go upstairs.
Vula!
It sounds like, looks like a PSA, man.
I like her.
The whole thing.
She's such a nice girl.
Yes, I don't know.
I kind kind of like how people dressed in the 80s. I don't know. You see the girl on the right?
I don't think that I did at all.
The pink and the white pants. It's kind of cool.
Oh, this kid's getting down, huh?
Yeah, look at that kid dancing. Hello, fellow children.
Hey, Brianna. Hi.
Take my monies.
It's fantastic. There's Vula. Vula, you're here.
Oh, hello, ladies.
Yeah.
Did your father threaten to smack you as well?
You're still treating me like I was 8. Look, when you're 10, they treat you like you're 6. When you're 13, they treat you like you're 10. Can't win.
We got all the problems. Life is hard.
How'd she add that up? I'm confused.
All these bottles.
Sorry, I'm back. I got sucked into the
Too bad
comments
she's
of our chat.
If you want a drink, go ahead. But what about your parents?
Oh,
they're
fuck.
loose.
Oh no!
Plot twist.
Oh, they're gonna get hammered. This is not good.
It's not actually her parents' place.
You want to get teenage pregnant? Because this is how you get fucking teenage pregnant. Don't fuck around.
Woo! You look great, Dad.
Oh no,
Come on, have a drink.
this is not a good idea.
Are we going to the dance? Oh, there's loads of time for that. Come on, what do you want? We got drunk at a party at our cousin's. You got drunk?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Kids
Have you
misbehaving.
ever been drunk before? Yeah, of course.
She's making shitty decisions sober. You want her drunk, really?
Seriously. The chick there from Manhattan, she's like been drinking since she was 9. She's like, this looks unsafe.
Yeah, you saw her. She's like, this doesn't look
Yeah,
good.
she's like, I'm concerned here.
Oh, they're pre-gaming hard.
What's that? It smells like oven cleaner.
Have you seen Stephanie?
What? She didn't show up? She stood you up, man.
What a piece of shit. What a bad friend. I'm so happy she stood
I really
you up.
want to break this kid. I don't know why.
Hey, fuck out of there. I'm the DJ. You need a mustache to be a DJ. All right, look at the girl in the wheelchair. Go. And there she goes.
Blue flip. Blue flip.
What can I do for you?
Drake was very different back then, bro.
Yeah, bro. My parents don't want drunken whores in the house.
Hello? Shh. It's my mom. Oh, hi, Alice. No. it's
Alice?
just
She
the girl.
calls her mom Alice.
Just like you.
I don't like her anymore.
No, everything's fine. Yeah, okay.
Oh, is this
I'll
good?
put on the machine.
Try it.
Okay, yeah, I love
They're
you too.
trashed already.
Oh, this is not good, bro.
Hi.
Oh, keep going.
Is that Bailey?
Mom says
Yeah.
hi.
Hi, Mom.
Stephanie, that's kind of a lot.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Lucy. It's just like a milkshake.
It tastes like a milkshake, but it's not a milkshake, bitch.
Come on.
Abuse
she won't do
every.
it.
Oh no.
Ugh.
She's downing the Baileys, bro. You're supposed to enjoy it.
Like,
Bitch was hardcore, bro.
like, alright.
Yeah. Oh, look who he's with. Poor guy, bro. He's waiting, and then she's gonna show up fucking plastered.
Just show up trash and give the check for the foster kid and try selling the foster
She
kid.
fucking projectile vomits on him. Oh, this doesn't look good, bro. I feel so bad for the black girl now. Look at her. She's like, fuck, why did I invite these stupid bitches to my house? Oh, I'm getting blamed for this one. Oh, no.
Oh my
That's the
God.
president, bro. That's the president.
Oh, Pula.
Oh, no. Everyone's getting... Oh, bro, this is going to be bad, bro. Vula's dad's going to show up, start beating these chicks up. Uh-oh.
Every teenage boy is just like, yes, yes.
I'm
gonna vomit on him.
You're so sexy.
Oh shit.
Are you wearing mosquito repellent?
She ripped his cologne.
What happened to her? She's been drinking.
She's been doing heroin.
Okay, guys and gals, here it is, the moment you've been waiting for, the annual Degrassi Junior High Crazy Dance.
This is the moment you've all been waiting for.
You don't need a partner. All you do is get on the dance floor and go as crazy as you can.
Tell him,
Miss
mustache.
Avery and I will be judging who is the most demented Degrassi dancer.
Did he just say we're going to choose who's the most demented Degrassi dancer? Bro, I love the shit you could say in the 80s.
Look at that two-step. You saw that two-step, bro?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, it's going to happen.
Uh-oh.
It's going to happen. Oh, we know
shit.
this is going to happen.
Here it comes.
Oh, boy.
She's pregnant.
I drank so much I got pregnant.
Bro, all he did was dance with her and she's already pregnant.
I have a little Irish baby. His name is Bailey.
Oh, mistakes were made.
Ah.
Oh. Am I going to get blamed for this?
Oh, man.
Yo, the wheelchair kid is fucking having a great time. Oh, poor guy, bro. He was so excited.
Yeah.
Valuable lessons have been learned here.
What are they?
Well, the town whore, though she seems fun, not the date you want to bring to dance.
Yeah,
I'll never
bad breath.
be able to face wheels again.
Well, you better
What are you
get better
talking
real
about?
quick. You've got to present the check to the foster
Oh,
child.
she's got to present the check to the foster.
Who's gonna step up?
Oh, boy, she's fucked.
Can't.
She looks like she just got deep throat, bro. How's she gonna present the check?
Yeah, bro, it does not look, it does not look good, bro.
Somebody else has to do it.
She's wrapped in aluminum foil.
Oh, she's finished, bro.
Somebody, please. Oh, I know.
Why don't you present it? You want...
Oh,
Wait.
Oh no. She's gonna bring her Coke.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Yeah, level her out.
How crazy would that be?
Oh, Vula, look at...
I gotta go. Already? I gotta get home. Thanks for dancing.
Oh, shit, Vula's
Bye.
fucked. Run, Vula, get out of here, quickly, before they ask you to present the check. Run.
Well, you've gotta come.
No.
I'm already late. Come on, it's an emergency.
Oh, no. Oh, shit, that's the dad.
Oh, fuck.
We're fucked. Oh,
down.
bro, Greek Stash is gonna beat the shit out of his daughter.
Besides, Stephanie should do it. She's good at making speeches. But look, she's so sick.
Stephanie's dead.
What happened? Where is my daughter? Degrassi Junior High? Let me
She
see
comes
here.
back to the dance. She's drunk and dancing.
Yeah. What are these two doing?
Drinking a
What a
shot out of a
ridiculous haircut for women. Ugh.
It'll only take 5 minutes. Look, you're the one that
Excuse me,
thought of this
sir.
thing.
Please.
Oh no. Okay, I will do right thing. Okay. I will be Greek hero. What the fuck is this? Oh my goodness. Is my daughter dancing with all these visible minorities?
Is everyone having fun?
Hey, I am not fun.
Let's have a big round of applause for our school president, Stephanie Kelly. Special
I'll fuck everything up, bro.
Stephanie.
Okay.
Make that Vula, editor of the Degrassi Digest, as a special presentation. Vula.
I'd like to thank everyone for making this such a wonderful success.
It's a good start.
We wanted to show the whole world and ourselves that kids aren't selfish and that we're willing to work to help. And that we know that the world is bigger
Her
than
dad's
this
gonna be
school
proud of her,
or
I bet.
even than this country.
Uh-oh.
We've managed to raise enough
That guy looks creepy.
money
Yes,
afford
to do what,
for a
whore?
whole year. I'd like to
Yeah, I
introduce
just googled the actress who plays
from the
Vula,
Foster Child
and she grew up to look
Association.
just like Lena
Will
Dunham.
tell us how our money will
It's
help the
weird.
kids somewhere else. Mr. Green?
Thanks, Fula.
Uh-oh.
I'd like to say, first of all, what a pleasure.
She's gonna get beaten.
Everyone else in the whole world gets to go to dances. I have rights.
Rights?
You don't have rights.
There are no rights without responsibility. You lied to me.
I had to. Papa, I'm a big girl.
Then act like one.
You're not allowed to
Ooh,
vote.
got her by the ethnic arm grab.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Like, pretty good.
Listen, you want to come over to my place?
That's how
Did
this all
anyone- I
started.
just noticed this. Why is she dressed like Goku?
Oh, she is dressed like Goku, bro. Kamehameha.
Your mama didn't go to dance till she was 16.
Papa, this is a different country. It's a different time. This is where I belong. Let me fit in. The
Mama
dance
didn't
was
go
for
to
a
dance
good
till she was
cause.
16. Based
You
on my
said so
math,
yourself.
her mother would have been 16
Foster
during
child
the
was my
Second World
idea and I
War.
couldn't go.
You lied, Vula. That cannot change.
I'm sorry, Papa. I know it was wrong.
I can be reasonable, man.
I feel like such a broomhead.
You look like a broomhead.
You look like a fucking broom.
Yeah. Oh,
Tomorrow
look.
I'm gonna call Willa.
Can you stop fucking sitting on the floor? First of all, you're in the bathroom floor. What are you doing?
She's in the hallway.
He'll talk to me.
Disgusting.
It's pre-coronavirus. It's fine.
My head. You'll feel better tomorrow. As soon as I go home, I'm gonna go straight to bed.
Let me show you the ways of the karate.
Cocoa or something.
Kamehameha. Oh, that was great. No, no, no,
Good
no,
show,
no,
man.
no. It's a good show, no?
Pretty good.
Avrum Jakobsen.
Boom. Yeah, so yeah, that was the morning show. That was Degrassi. Yeah, we're starting. So I'm thinking either we make it a thing on Saturdays that we continue this series and see where it goes, or maybe we'll watch other stuff. Yeah, just watching Degrassi for a couple of weeks until we finish the first season, and then or jump on to another show that I can get. For next week, I'm going to download the episode so we won't have any
You know
commercials.
what we should watch?
What?
Remember Odyssey?
No, go
Kid in
on.
the coma?
Oh, the kid I talked about. That's what it's called. The kid who falls on his head in the first episode, and then he's in another world.
Yes, he's in this like dream world for the whole show.
Oh, that was awesome, man.
Yeah.
That was
Find me
amazing.
that show. We should watch that show too. We should be
I'll
alternating.
find it. I'll find what it's called. Oh shit, my AirPods are dying.
We should be alternating. One week we do this, then the next week that. And it's people come back and we all watch it together. So no one needs to watch ahead. We'll just enjoy the episodes all together. Especially.
I like it.
I was actually
By the
looking
way,
for that.
hey, you guys watching out there, don't jump ahead.
No, they're not gonna jump. This is fun. It's funner like this. Yeah, I think this was a good morning show. We're gonna wait for the feedback from people. But
I'll be honest, I've
yeah.
never seen a morning show quite like it.
I think it's good. We had news. We had some banter about our week and stolen vehicles, and then we got straight down to business. Just enjoying a Saturday morning watching TV shows from the 80s. I like that. All right, so Phil, people are going to get to watch us soon when we get back to doing this just thing and delivering the news as it should be told.
I'm waiting for my cam link. Even though I didn't get a cam link, I got a different one.
Okay.
It should be in by the beginning of like the end of next week, which means we can actually live stream in high quality because I'm using a webcam now, and as a filmmaker, it embarrasses me. But I still want a level of quality for this just thing. So once that gets in, we can set up. You can be home, I can be here, and we can actually live stream the show.
Okay.
We're not going to live stream it. We'll record it like we normally do.
Yeah, we'll make it
and
nice.
that way we can start putting out episodes again, because the idea of me and you sitting 2 feet apart seems like everything else we did would have been for nothing. You know what I mean? Staying home, like, what's the point?
Yeah, but then again, we don't have anything. So if we go from home to the studio, we meet each other. We can't give each other something we don't have.
That's true. That's true, but
whatever.
So much disinformation, I just don't know what to believe anymore. That's what it is, really.
I don't know what's real anymore.
Like, I got kids. I got to think about that.
Yeah, obviously. All right. So there's that. You're going to find Phil at, Phil, what's your website?
Balabanos.com.
Balabanos.com.
Are you putting it here somewhere?
Hey, I'm going to put it after in the description.
All right.
Mr. Poseidon, the Poseidon 69 online.
Hey, he's still here.
Poseidon. Yeah, of course. We got the whole crew. Homer, you can find Homer on Instagram. Homer, what's your Instagram? Mr. Beard?
It's Mr. Beard _
Mr. Beard _ you'll find Homer. We'll get some more Homer stories next week. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave feedback on shows you want to watch, and if you liked this idea, if you like the concept of the morning show, and also if it's cool for you guys to wake up on a Saturday and enjoy it. And thank you all for checking us out. PantelisComedy.com, patreon.com/Pantelis. Thank you.